Hello, hello, hello to everybody. I was about to say hello and good afternoon, but it's afternoon where I am, and it may not quite be afternoon where you are. But welcome wherever you might be, whether you're in the Zoom room with us, or whether you're watching via live stream, or whether in fact you are actually watching this at an entirely different time. Thank you for watching at all. Thank you for being with us. We have a wonderful show lined up for you again today. Oh, I need to know, what number are we at? I can't remember now. Can you give me a reminder, please, Aaron?
Day 1666.
Oh, there we go. 1666. Amazing. So yes, welcome to this episode of Daily Antidote of Song. I'm Melissa James. I am dialing in from London, England, and we have the wonderful Eve Goldberg with us. But before we go into hearing more from Eve and learning about her and singing along to one of her wonderful songs, why don't I just properly say hello to those regions that we've got in the room at the moment. So I can see we've got people dialing in from New York, we've got Cincinnati, we've got Michigan, we've got Seattle, Florida, we've got Silver Springs. Where else have we got? Oh gosh, we've got Como, we've got Massachusetts, we've got Whitby in the UK. Sorry, my voice goes up high whenever I see somebody else's online from the UK. We've got the Zoomiverse in the room. We've got Ontario, Victoria, and where else? Let me just see if I missed anywhere. I think we've got California as well. I think I've got most of the Texas, Washington State. Wonderful. If I happen to have not said your area, then please accept apologies. It's not purposeful. I just can't always see everything that I want to be able to see on screen at once. But you are very welcome into this space, and it's really good to have you here. I am glad that you are here. And I'm really glad that we have our guest musician artist with us here today. We have Eve Goldberg. Eve, will you give us a big wave?
Hi, everybody. Great to be here. Thanks so
You
much
are,
for
sorry, go
hosting.
on.
No,
Oh,
thanks for being our host
not at all. Not
from
at all.
all the way in the UK.
Yeah,
Amazing.
it's a pleasure, an absolute pleasure to be hosting for you as well today. So you are dialing in from Toronto, I understand.
Yeah,
And
that's
tell us I think when we spoke earlier, you said it was like just before 12, so it's just after 12 now?
yes. Yeah.
Right, okay. And how is the weather looking there at the moment?
It's a little overcast, but doesn't look like it's gonna rain or anything right now. But
Right.
we've had some nice, warm, sunny days, which maybe not so nice. Maybe is this, we're having extended summer, which could be indicators of what's going on with our climate. But
Yeah,
trees are turning. The tree in our front yard is turning, which is beautiful.
beautiful.
Yep, collecting leaves every day because I love them.
Wonderful. Oh, what a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
And but just tell us, because you're not from Toronto though, are you? You are
No, I was born in Massachusetts in the Boston area, actually, and I
okay.
moved here when I was 14. So I've pretty much been here
Ah,
most
you're
of my life. But
yeah,
I
you're
do
pretty
have these
much
roots in New England. So
right.
fall is a special time because it's so spectacular in New England.
Okay.
It's never quite as brilliant here in Ontario, but sometimes it's pretty good. So
Amazing. Okay, well, why don't I just give a little bit of a backstory to Eve for everybody so that you can know exactly who this wonderful person is that we have with us today. So, Eve, as she's just said, is from the Boston area, but has called Toronto, Ontario, home since 1981. As a child, she was dragged to folk concerts featuring performers like Pete Seeger, Doc Watson, Arlo Guthrie, the Watersons, and countless others. Eventually, it did all sink in, and as a teenager, she began to devour all kinds of contemporary and traditional roots music. She began performing in 1990 and has not looked back since, and we are glad that that is the case. Along the way, she's earned the respect of legendary musicians like Peggy Seeger, Jeff Muldow, and Penny Lang. Eve's watercolor voice and solid guitar and ukulele style have become a favorite at festivals, folk clubs, concert series across Canada and the US. Her performances are intimate and relaxed, moving effortlessly from folk classics to original gems, all wrapped up in her clear, pure, and dynamic playing. I know, because I've heard. With an equal passion for the craft of songwriting and the art of interpretation, Eve blends new and old influences into a seamless whole. I love this quote. As far as I'm concerned, Eve Goldberg is on the verge of riches. Big name folks would want to get hold of this stuff. So says Jeff Muldow. Thank you so much for being here, Eve. And we are looking forward to hearing the song. You know, I'd love to chat more, but we will get to that. We can chat more a little later. I'd love to get to the song that you're going to
Yeah. So this is a song called We've Been in the Storm So Long. And it's a song that was came from a traditional African American spiritual, which is called I've Been in the Storm So Long. And I learned sort of a Georgia Sea Islands version of that song that went something like, oh, I've been in the storm so long. I've been in the storm so long. Oh, Lord, give me more time to pray. You know I've been in the storm so long. So that's the original song, but I was walking around singing that one day, and I started making up new words to it. And then I wrote sort of a different melody to it. So it kind of became a different song, but to me, it's always connected to that original song. So it's called We've Been in the Storm So Long. And it has repeating lines. And the sort of tagline, the line in the middle every time is in this weary world trying to get along. So it starts with We've been in the storm so long verse. So I'll do that verse and then we can try that out. So first verse sounds like this. We've been in the storm so long. We've been in the storm so long. In this weary world trying to get along. We've been in the storm so long. So that's the idea. It's a zipper song, so each time the line that it starts with changes. So I'm just gonna sing that first verse again and then we'll be right into it. We've been in the storm so long. We've been in the storm so long. In this weary world trying to get along. We've been in the storm so long. It's a wide, wide river we must cross. It's a wide, wide river we must cross. In this weary world trying to get along. It's a wide, wide river we must cross. Remember the ones who've gone before. Remember the ones who've gone before. In this weary I'm just looking for a friend to see me through in this weary world, trying to get along. I'm looking for a friend to see me through. We've been in the storm so long. Oh, we've been in the storm so long. In this weary world, trying to get along. We've been in the storm so long. In this weary world, trying to get along. We've been in the storm so long.
Oh, I love that. I love
Thank
that.
you.
Wavy hands going out for you. Oh,
It's
I
so
love
great
that.
to. It's always so great to see everybody singing along. I love that part. So
Absolutely.
thanks to the techie people who make that happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I wasn't aware of that spiritual either, so I'm gonna have to go ahead and do some research and find it and check it out. What I love about spirituals is that the message is seemingly simple, but so it like gets to the crux of exactly what humanity needs, what we all need, um, just in a few words and
Yeah,
just in a few melody, just a simple melody,
yeah,
so that
yeah,
everybody can latch onto it. I do
yeah,
something similar to what you described. So you talked to, I think you said you were walking. Is that what you said? You were,
yes,
yeah.
yeah,
So I'm often walking, and like I've not long come back. I was out, I was walking, I was singing as I was walking. My go-to spiritual is usually something like Hold On Just a Little Bit Longer. And I'll be singing that. And then in a similar way, some other lyrics or some entirely different
thought,
song will
yeah,
start to be birthed. Do you
yeah.
tend to find yourself writing a lot like that?
Yeah, things often pop up if I'm walking, if I let myself sort of just uh, play with my voice, or just sometimes I sing nonsense, or a lot of times in, life we get distracted. So I don't do it as much as I wish I did, but I feel like walking is a really great, because it gives you a beat, it connects you to your body as you're singing and everything, and you can it's like a way of just kind of communicating with yourself a little bit. Like it's almost like you're talking to yourself or muttering to yourself, but it's got a musical kind of thing to it. And so yes, a lot, sometimes little ideas come up, or yeah, and nobody else has to hear it.
No.
So it can just
Although
be anything.
sometimes people do. In
Yeah.
my I'll be walking. I have walked, and if I'm really into it, especially when you're singing a song like Hold On Just a Little Bit Longer, I am singing to the top of my voice. And somebody comes past, and for a moment I go, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
What am
And
I
then
doing?
is it really that bad?
I
You know,
think I tend to be a little internal when I'm doing it. So but I admire people who will just like at the top of their lungs in the street or
yeah.
whatever.
I mean, I do sometimes. I mean, that happens sometimes, but more often than not, I feel like that is such a personal time. Like it's my time to sing, and it's also my way of connecting with nature as I'm out.
Yeah.
And so if I'm standing by a tree and singing, and if I see somebody coming past, more often than not, I'll kind of go off in a different direction, or I
Yeah.
will try to, because I'm not singing for an audience. I love doing that too. Get me
Right.
on stage anytime. But if I'm out and walking or spending time in nature, then I that's my time just to sing and be with
Yeah.
nature.
Kind of two different things performing, and
Absolutely.
yeah.
So do you
Yeah.
tend to have a recorder on you, or like how would you?
No, I'm terrible
Yeah,
at recording myself. And even when I do record myself, I forget to go back and listen. So I
right.
have recordings. Every once in a while I record myself, but I have recordings that are just marked with the date. I have no idea what they are. And sometimes I look at my phone and I'm like, oh, there's all these recordings out there. I should listen to them and see what they
Have some
were.
real gems there that
Yeah, I'm sure.
I could be your riches.
That's right. So yeah, but
How do you remember them then? If you're not,
well, actually, for me, if it's something that I want to remember, then I actually just keep singing it over and over again. And my goal is to make it something that I can remember. And to me, that ends up being a much better way of like working out how something's going to go and whether something works. It's got to be singable. It's got to come out of your mouth in a way that feels natural. And so you have to figure out how to sing it or maybe change the words a little bit if it's not quite rolling off well.
Sure.
Same thing with the melody. You sort of play with the melody and stuff like that. So the more that I can do that, the better.
and are you always thinking then about, is this songs for you to sing, or are they songs that you're thinking this would be a good one to be able to teach others, or both?
Kind of both. I tend to be, because I grew up in that sort of community music kind of thing, those are the kinds of ideas that come to me as things that have repeating parts or parts for people to join in on, or like that form, like a zipper song, that kind of thing. So yeah, I tend in that direction, but I also, have been around lots of songwriters who write much more writerly songs probably than I do. And so over time, sometimes I get into that mode, so of writing something that's more, I don't know what the word would be, but more in a contemporary songwriter direction or what have you,
Sure.
yeah.
Because you're part of a singing duo, aren't you?
Yes, Gathering Sparks, who've been here a few times.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about this duo. Tell us what you do. Tell us
Yeah.
more how you
So
form.
it's myself and Jane Lewis, who's also been on here on her own a number of times. And Jane lives in Guelph, which is about an hour west of Toronto. And we both have this interest in community music and creating places and spaces for people to make music together. She leads singing groups, non-performing singing groups, and she does vocal improv. She's gotten into doing vocal improv groups and circle singing, kind of in the Bobby McFerrin tradition. And and she writes songs. And so we have perform together. She plays keyboard and accordion, and I play ukulele and guitar. And yeah, we do a mixture. We've written songs together, and then we each have some songs that we've written that we do together. We're really into harmony, and one of the reasons we instantly felt like we should be doing more of this is because as soon as we sang together, it felt like our voices locked in this really beautiful way. So yeah, we both get a lot out of that, and that's my main performing thing. Aside from doing ukulele festivals, I sometimes get invited to do ukulele festivals on my own. But other than that, mostly I'm doing stuff with Jane as Gathering Sparks.
Oh, that is one of the things that I have been thinking about a long time. And I think it kind of maybe has to be that thing that happens in that organic way that you've described, where you just connect with somebody who starts singing and you're just like, wow, our voices work really well together. I would like to be able to work more with somebody else where we're just harmonizing.
Yeah, and it's a funny thing. Our voices are not the same.
No.
And like I've sung with lots of people, and you can sing with another great singer, both have great voices, and not have that happen. So there's something about our voices, each of us, that when they blend, it just something locks in really nicely. So, and we both really enjoy singing harmony. So I think that there's a quality of listening and blending that comes with doing that comes pretty naturally to both of us. So,
and it's a connection, right? It's the energy connection that's between you. How, the trust that you will have in each other, the respect for what the other is doing. All of that is that unspoken stuff that just kind of, brings you together and keeps you locked in. I think
for sure.
Yeah,
for
it was
sure. Yeah.
amazing. And I
Yeah.
just before we hear your song again, before we came on, you mentioned the words, I run a ukulele orchestra. And I was like, what?
Yeah, so I've been teaching ukulele for a number of years now, and I have a group that's 25 to 30 ukulele players, and we play music that's arranged in parts. So it's really like an orchestra where you're in a section and you're picking your own little melody, which may or not be the actual melody, but it makes an arrangement together. And we've been, I don't know how many years it's been now, since 2014 or 2015 or something. So during the pandemic, we went online, we did everything online, and we recorded a whole bunch of songs virtually.
Wow.
So you can go find our YouTube, which has about 20 or 21 songs that we put together virtually during the pandemic, and then we've continued since then to do a little bit of that. So
Okay.
yeah,
And
so
what is the name of the ukulele
it's
orchestra?
called Ukulele Orchestra of Toronto.
Okay.
And
And
and we're what's that?
You've got an upcoming gig.
Yeah, so we're working towards a concert in December 14th in downtown Toronto, and actually Gathering Sparks is going to be the special guest. So we're going to do some Gathering Sparks songs, but then also some other arrangements that we're working on. So yeah, sometimes we do jazz. We usually do like a piece of classical music, different things like that. So it's fun. Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
And people are looking at scores, so people are learning to read music or tablature, and yeah, I've certainly learned a lot from it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you ever looking for new members? Is there
All the time, all the
Okay.
time. And we
Okay,
have,
cool.
I mean, we're in the middle of a session now. So once the session starts, but we'll be starting a new session, in January or whatever. And we have some people who joined us during the pandemic online.
Yeah.
And then we found a way to sort of continue in a hybrid format. So there's we do have members who are from far and wide who participate by watching videos, and then we always do at least one virtual performance, so they get to contribute to that. And some of them end up coming in for the concert, so it's nice.
That sounds great. I just love that. I really love.
Yeah, and it's been kind of cool to see Ukulele Week going by this week. I hope people have been enjoying that because
Is that in Canada?
no, here on the Daily Antidote that all the
I see.
hosts have been
Sorry,
ukulele.
right.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, and I just see someone mention the Bug Group in Ottawa. There's the ukulele groups all over the place. So no matter where you are, there is probably a ukulele group not far from you. We're a little bit different because it's not just a jam group, but there are jamming and sort of open mic type groups, song sharing groups all over the place. So if you're into ukulele, I guarantee there would be something not too far from you.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. Amazing. Well, I could chat on, but I guess we should hear the song again. We should have the opportunity to sing with you. Yeah. So would you kindly take us through it?
I would love to. And I'll just mention before I sing the song one other thing, which any of the ukulele players might be interested in. I'm starting a new online class in a couple of weeks on Monday nights. It's called Power to the People, and it's all songs of social justice and so on. So each night we'll learn a different song and some accompaniment kind of stuff online on Zoom. So
and what time is that?
It's like 7:30 to 9 every Monday night.
Okay.
Eastern time. So
right. Okay.
So middle of the night for you, but
Yeah. Otherwise I would join. I would love to, because I have a ukulele. I have two, but I don't play them.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't take long to get started, so we could we could set you up, and the classes are all taped, and people get access to the videos afterwards. So some people, if they can't make the class, they watch afterwards. So, but I know we have to sing our last song. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here. And We've Been in the Storm So Long. It's a wide, wide river we must cross. It's a wide, wide river we must cross. In this weary world, trying to get along. It's a wide, wide river we must cross. Remember the ones who've gone before. Remember the ones who've gone before. In this weary world, trying to get along. Remember the ones who've gone before. I'm looking for a friend to see me through. I'm just looking for a friend to see me through. In this weary world, trying to get along. I'm looking for a friend to see me through. We've been in the storm so long. Oh, we've been in the storm so long. In this weary world, trying to get along. We've been in the storm so long. In this weary world, trying to get along. We've been in the storm so long. Thank you so much, everybody.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, always so great
much
to
for being with
see
us.
everybody in the room and people I know, people I don't know. I love it. So
Absolutely.
thank you. Thank you for hosting.
Not at all. Thank you for being with us. And what I love about this as the host is I always get to learn some other new song. And if it's connected to a different song, that's all the better as well. Because it means I've got some homework to go off and do. It's just great to be able to be in a space where you're connecting with other artists who
Yeah.
feel like-minded as well, doing similar work. And
Yeah, and I hope we'll connect again sometime.
absolutely, absolutely. Maybe through ukulele lessons online, who knows? And as of course, I can't, not what's the word, emphasize enough just the importance of this platform, just having the daily antidote of song. Let me remind you, this is episode 1666.
Amazing.
It is incredible, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's incredible.
Yeah,
I don't know quite where
totally.
Jen is at the moment, but I think she might be somewhere there. And I have to say a big shout out, a big hello to both Joe and Kimberly Moore in the White Mountains. Hello.
Yay.
They are both from the UK, so extra shout out. I'm sorry, I'm so biased, but
Hey, you're allowed.
I'm allowed, I think. So there just remains for me to say thank you again to all of you, because as I continue to say, if you don't join us online, if you don't watch the live stream, if you don't watch the playbacks, then we have no reason to be here doing what we do. So thank you for joining us wherever you are, whatever you happen to be doing. Thank you for being with us here today. And I am going to say another big thank you also to Eve. Do go to her website, do check her out. It's Eve Goldberg.com, Goldberg.com. There you can find out more about her upcoming ukulele concert, orchestra concert rather, and also all the online teaching and various other teachings that Eve gets involved with. And of course, the duo work that she's involved with as well with Gathering Sparks. So thank you very much, Eve. Thank
Yeah,
you,
thank
Joe,
you.
for continuing to give your effort and your energy to this platform.
Yeah.
Thank you to Aaron and Bryn in the team.
Yeah.
Also always give their energies to helping make this happen. And now I have to,
Amazing.
you know, the thing that I fear most with doing this, going through and saying the name of everybody and where everyone's from, because I'm always so worried, one, that I can't speak nearly as fast as Joe does, and two, that I might miss someone. Please know in advance, if I happen not to say your name, it is not intentional. I just really have a problem with it. So here we go. Oh my
You
gosh.
can do it.
We believe in you.
Okay. All right. More than I believe in myself. But thank you to you if you're watching the live stream. And to you if you are in this room, thank you to Susan from Cincinnati, Amanda and Miles in Michigan, Sue in Seattle, Sheila in Florida, Dory and Ollie, maybe, Carolyn Bosey. Now I can't see a name. This is the other problem that I have. Somebody gang. I'm so sorry. Bob Gesser. Hello, Bob. Thank you for joining us. Annette in California. Bon Boys in Idaho. I think ID means Idaho. Does it? That's the other fear, is that I don't know all of the abbreviations. Neil, Boston, Massachusetts. Cricket. Arlene in Berkeley, California. Anne, Silver Spring. Jack, Ontario. Julie Alexander in Ontario, Canada. Also, Mabel Bear in Massachusetts. David and Elsie in Oakland. Fred Stollins, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Apologies if I've not, in Silver Spring. Hoda, I'm sorry again if I've not said your name correctly, but thank you for being in this space. You're from British Columbia. Big wave to you. Bob Lee, thank you to you. Now I'm going to skip onto the other page. And this is where it gets even more problematic, because then I have to remember who I've said and who I haven't. Okay. So Anne, I think I haven't said you yet in Silver Spring. Jack, Ontario, I feel like I've said you. Julie Alexander, I'm pretty sure I've said you. So who have I not said? Whose name have I not come across yet? Again, somebody's name's covered. It just said something iPhone. Caroline DC, Storm in the Zoomiverse, Kevin Ennis in NH. Where is that?
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire, of course. Okay. Marcia from Huntsville, I think that is. Jamie Dundas in Victoria, BC. Diane in Como. Oh, I'm so sorry if I do. Aloysius. I hope I said
Aloysius.
Aloysius. Okay. Thank you. In Massachusetts, Kat Cox in VT, Nancy in Washington State, Sandy E, North Carolina, Ray, Curly Tops in VT, Ruth and Clive Whitby from the UK, and also Joe, who's at Tacoma Park. Thank you to you all.
You did it.
I got through it. Whether you're watching later on or whether you're watching and joining us now, thank you to you all. I've been Melissa James. I'm always pleased to be here. Thank you, Joe, for inviting me. And I will see you again